Welcome to the program. I'm Charles Aitip. Transport consultant Cecil Gabra is pushing for a marginal increase in transport fares rather than what is being proposed. This was after a meeting between government and stakeholders to agree on the proposed 15% hike in fares ended without any agreement. Joy Business is learning that this was due to differences by the parties on the margin of increase. Cecil Gabra joins us via Zoom with more on this. Welcome to the program, sir. First off, what's your take on plans by transport operators to increase fares? I'm afraid we're having challenges there, but we'll try and fix the line with Cecil Gabra. I think he's back on. Mr. Gabra, if you could kindly hear me once again, how do you respond to the recent, pressure being mounted by transport operators for an increase in fares?
Good afternoon again. I hope you can hear me now.
Loud and clear.
Okay, right. Well, I think it's just time to have a workable formula to be used at least twice a year to reduce the fuel increment issues. Right. This will also take care of future fluctuations of fuel prices. We all know the National Petroleum Authority has rescinded its decision to increase fuel with a margin of I think about 17 pesos that they mentioned, and it's now about 5 pesos. I feel they could do more than that, right? Because when fuel prices rises in our country, it becomes very, a very big issue. It can be a drag on the economy, impacting everything. Of course, most companies will not increase salaries due to the pandemic. I mean, we all know it is really difficult at this particular time to even pay your own salaries. 3 months, 6 months, most companies are still owing their staff. Their staff understand what is really going on. Government is suffering from bringing back the economy. I mean, it's all over, not even only Ghana, everywhere. To stand on its feet is a big problem because in our country, the sad news is that when fuel prices are increased, even by a peso, it affects everybody. Every issue is affected. And if you go to buy spare parts, the spare parts dealers will tell you that, look, fuel increment has affected them. However, some of them even have their old stock, but they do take advantage and then increase it. And this goes a long way to affect the ordinary people, ordinary person who is walking down the street. So I think even with the 5 pesos, fine, but the government should do something else to absorb this fuel increment. I mean, we all know we are suffering. I mean, it's all over the world that the crude oil price per barrel is still going up, but something must really be done. And I trust the government will cushion the economy by most probably looking at absorbing the increment, because this is not going to help us at all. It's going to affect businesses. And there's no pay rise. There's no pay rise in any situation. The situation is really, really difficult, as my good friend will say. It's becoming chaotic this very moment.
So you have painted to us the picture how dire situations are, not just in Ghana, but on the global market as well. Yesterday, we saw this meeting end with, the 15% hike in fares not being approved. Of course, the Energy Ministry had to downplay that to about 8 pesos. And of course, they've maintained the current environment warrants the margin of increment. Do you agree to this particular import of concern?
Well, at the moment, it's a 50-50 concern. I mean, once the transport owners are also asking for an increment. Government is also looking at not understanding. We should agree and then, get the economy moving. However, I am saying for a fact that if we come back and look at a situation where we have a formula for working this increment at least twice a year. So we don't have any meetings, and I believe that the meetings, people are going to be paid allowances and so on. That is also affecting the economy. So we'll leave it like this, but let's get a formula in place.
All right, so you're calling for an adjustment in transport fares. By what margin are you looking at?
5% ideally is the best. For now, let's all consume it at this very moment.
Mr. Gabra, we're so grateful that he joined us. He's a transport consultant helping us understand his own professional take on matters regarding the fuel prices and its attendant effects on transport fares.